My name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 9 of Hannibal. Now, every time I go to recap the previous episodes, it always sounds like a fever dream. None of our characters are doing good, and everybody's stressed. Starting with Will, who is still dealing with his visual and auditory hallucinations, also his night sweats, his nightmares, and his sleepwalking. Not only is Will's mental health in a bad place, his physical health is also suffering. And that brings us to Jack. Several times, Will has already come to Jack to express how he feels and how much of an emotional toll these cases are taking on him. And Jack is so focused on his own goals that he's willing to risk Will's mental health to reach them. My girl Alana is out here being the most logical and the most ethical out of everybody in the cast. I'm curious to see what happens between Will and her now after they kiss. And I hope I get to catch up with my girl Abigail because I haven't seen her in the last couple of episodes. But before we get into it, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media. That way we can skip the chit chat and get straight to the good part. Alright, we're starting off with Jack and Will. And Will is already popping pills. I'm sorry, is this a totem pole? Is this a human effigy?
My mom always said, start a jigsaw with the corners. The heads are the corners, I guess?
We got too many corners. 7 graves, way too many heads.
The headpiece appears to be the only recent victim. The others are years, even decades old.
These graves weren't desecrated, Jack. They were exposed.
Okay, everybody, let's go. Let's clear the scene.
This crime is so strange. I don't want Will to be in that headspace. And Crawford, neither should you. But devil's advocate, if I was Crawford in this situation and we had an entire totem pole made out of people's body parts, I might call on Will too. Will, please tell me how he put all these Lego pieces together.
I planned this moment, this monument, with precision. My latest victim, I saved for last. I want him to watch me work. I want him to know my design.
The sadistic level is astronomical. I don't like how intimate stabbing is. And I feel like this guy could have took his time and his energy and his talent and applied it to something more useful for everybody.
This is my resume. This is my body of work. This is my legacy.
Okay, Will, was that real? I never know with Will. I don't know if we're in reality or if we're in dreamland. And the look on his face doesn't look like he knows either.
Will, I wasn't expecting you.
You showed up unexpected? Again?
Well, I was on a beach in Grafton, West Virginia. I blinked, and then I was waking up in your waiting room, except I wasn't asleep.
You lost time.
There's something wrong with me.
You're disassociating, Will.
No, I'm not abused.
You have an empathy disorder. What you feel is overwhelming you.
I know.
Yet you choose to ignore it. That's the abuse I'm referring to.
Hannibal is not trying to calm the situation at all. He's trying to exacerbate it.
I saved lives.
I'm your friend, Will. I don't care about the life you save. I care about your life. And your life is separating from reality.
Okay, several things just happened all at once, but yes, he is separating from reality, but also Hannibal just called them friends. And also, that was a very psychopathic thing to say. I don't care about the lives that you save, I care about you.
I'm experiencing hallucinations.
You are.
Maybe I should get a brain scan.
Will,
You need it.
stop looking in the wrong corner for an answer to this.
Hannibal, sir!
It was a totem pole of bodies.
In some cultures, crimes and guilt are made manifest so that everyone can see them.
Celebration, he's marking his achievements.
At this time, Hannibal's stepping a little bit further from manipulation and more towards abuse.
I'm worried about you, Will.
Are you?
You empathize so completely with the killers Jack Crawford has your mind wrapped around that you lose yourself to them.
Jack is a problem, Jack is not the problem.
I don't want you to wake up and see a totem of your own making.
Also that a little bit. I mean, we're disassociating, we're losing time. He was already sitting on the roof.
Every day I wake up,
Abigail, what's up, girl?
I hear my dad's voice.
Oh, never mind, that's horrible. Never mind, I'm sorry.
He told me he killed girls, so he wouldn't have to kill me.
Wait, he literally told you this, or your unconscious is telling you this?
So wrong with me that he wanted to kill.
He should have. He should have killed you.
Oh, girl. Your PTSD is manifesting in your nightmares.
So he wouldn't have killed me.
Nobody in this cast has had a good night's sleep in a long time.
I should have killed you so that you wouldn't have killed me.
You know what? Hold on, Nicholas, sir. Because not once but twice did you trespass on their property, and also you broke into the home. I'm just saying, it was very unfortunate what happened to you, but also you should not have been in that person's house.
Hey.
Jack, look at the stress on my boy. At the very least, ask him how he's doing.
So I seem fine to you?
No, hell no.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Is there something you want to observe?
Oh, it got to me. All those bodies got to me.
If there's a problem, you need to tell me.
Okay, wait, no. Will has expressed several times that there already is a problem.
Fine.
He's got that crazy killer look in his eye, Jack. He is off his rocker. Jack, you are in charge of the behavioral unit. You are better at your job than this. Come on.
The families of your father's victims filed wrongful death suit.
Oh my God, Freddy. Girl.
You can make your own money.
And also, why isn't Freddy on a do not enter list?
Do you still want to tell my story?
I think you need to tell your own story. But I am the one to help you tell it. No one knows more about what your father did than I do.
Not even Will Graham?
Will Graham is part of the story you tell Abigail, not the person to help you tell it.
Abigail, at this point, please get advice from almost any other person in this cast.
Feeling like your father makes him feel like a killer.
People think I helped my dad kill those girls.
Everyone will know the truth.
Okay, let's tell my story.
Abigail, my sweet girl, you are very smart. I need you to be a little bit more perceptive of the manipulation that she's putting on you. If Will is already being haunted by the visuals, this is not helping him.
How many bodies?
We got 17 in total. Meet our freshest one,
Dang.
Joel Summers.
Hey, Joel.
Been missing for 3 days. Single stab wound to the heart.
He was special to him somehow. He held a place of honor.
I mean, he was literally the head.
Blunt force trauma, stabbing, strangulations, wrongful deaths.
They're all murders.
This man is putting in the work.
Every death is different, made to look like something else.
I do love Teacher Will.
This killer's design was to remain unnoticed, a ghost. That is what excited him.
Will, I don't want to interrupt if you're rehearsing.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. There's no coming back. We're off into the deep end. I don't know what to do. That wasn't a little hallucination. That was kind of a big one.
I regretted leaving your house the other night.
Regretted. Implying that you're no longer regretting. Or are you still in a state of regret?
I'm asking the same question.
Got 1 foot firmly planted on both sides.
I mean, at least she's clear about how unclear she is, I guess. I'm trying to give away points. Because we need it. People need to be happy.
I have feelings for you, Will. I can't just have an affair with you.
I can see that.
It's because I think you're unstable.
Or you can say it the way that Alana just said it.
And until that changes, I can only be your friend.
A little harsh, definitely true, definitely honest.
Do you feel unstable?
Oh, absolutely. He's like a two-legged table. This thing will not stand. We gotta get my boy some help. Oh, Alana. Yes, Will needs a hug. Actually, all these characters need a hug.
Is a bad idea.
Freddie Lowndes is dangerous.
She said she wanted me to write about you guys in the book.
Fathers, please get your daughter, because she's tripping.
Been doing some accounting of what's important in my life and what isn't. You are important, Abigail.
Just because you killed my dad doesn't mean you get to be him.
Abigail.
I love that Hannibal admonished her in defense of Will.
What you write about all of us.
I don't need your permission.
And you don't need our approval. But I hope it would mean something.
You have nothing to apologize for.
Yet. But if you open this door, Abigail, you won't control what comes through.
Absolutely. And it's not only your story to tell. I mean, Will and Hannibal have their entire lives mixed up in this mess, and Freddie Lowndes is not the person to do deals with. Okay, who is this? Where are we? What are we doing? Sir, do I know you?
Totem poles commemorate special events. They tell a story of a life. If Joel Summers is his finale, then this lowest body on the pole will be our killer's beginning.
Fletcher Marshall.
There will be a connection between Joel Summers and Fletcher Marshall.
Will, meet you in my office.
For what? For what? I'm nervous.
Nicholas Boyle turned up in Minnesota, dead.
What do you mean, turned up?
Body was found in the woods. He was frozen.
How did he die?
Knife wound. He was gutted. I want Abigail Hobbs to identify it for us.
You already have a positive ID?
Not from Abigail Hobbs.
You can't put her in a room with Nick Boyle's body. She already has nightmares about him, Jack.
I think Abigail Hobbs is the common denominator between her father, Marissa Shore, and Nicholas Boyle. They all go back to Abigail.
That is true.
My instincts tell me that Abigail has answers that we have not heard. Let's start with where she goes when she climbs the walls of the psychiatric facility.
No, she's climbing the walls to go see Hannibal. Hannibal has this whole thing about people climbing walls. Those closest to him have climbed the walls, Will and Abigail. We know this.
I want to be there.
Sorry, Will. I am not confident with your ability to be objective about Abigail Hobbs right now.
Everything is harsh that Crawford has said. However, he is right.
He could do Abigail irreparable damage exposing her to this.
A factor.
Perhaps she's stronger than we think.
We better hope. And Hannibal, you better hope because you decided to become partners in crime with her. Everyone's butt is on the line.
Is this the same person that attacked you, Dr. Bloom, and Dr. Lecter at your home?
That's him.
Yep, that's him. I saw him. He was there.
Have you seen this man since the night he attacked you?
Can you put him back under the sheet?
Could you cover him up?
I just need you to answer the question first, please.
I haven't seen him since he attacked me.
This man, Nicholas Boyle, was gutted with a hunting knife. You knew how to do that. Your father taught you.
Jack, I won't be party to this.
Then you can leave. You're here by invitation, by courtesy, Dr. Bloom. Please don't interrupt me again.
Actually, yeah, Alana, this is an investigation. You can deal with Abigail afterwards with her psychological evaluation.
I go get away from this. To be alone where I can think, breathe.
And you know nothing about his death.
I know he tried to kill me.
I'm a little conflicted. Morally, she's wrong, but for the character, I like Abigail, so if she has to do what she has to do, she's gonna get a pass from me today.
And you haven't seen him since.
Only in my nightmares.
Are we done?
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Alana is not gonna let this slide. And I mean, there is a point where Alana is correct. I mean, she is an advocate for Abigail.
I think Abigail Hobbs is damaged. There is something she's using every ounce of that strength to keep buried, but it's not the murder of Nicholas Boyle, Jack.
What makes you so sure?
Because any reservations I have about Abigail don't extend to Hannibal. He has no reason to lie about any of this.
Oh, girl, come on. Okay, like, I'm not judging it, Alana, because she does not know. But seeing how I'm a viewer, and I know, girl, it's an ugly job, but I need them to let Crawford do his job. But on the other side, I also like Hannibal, and I kind of want him to get away with it. It's just a little thing.
Boyle wasn't a monster.
Were you?
I sometimes feel like one.
Is that why you uncovered his body?
What?
Would this be a chapter in your book, Abigail?
You did this?
Neither would killing Nick or you helping me hide the body.
Okay, ma'am, we don't need to say the actual words out loud.
I already asked their questions. I answered them. I passed.
Girl, this is a never-ending exam.
I can't control what comes through it, but this time, I could control when. I'm not afraid of them finding Nicholas Boyle anymore. He's been found.
You betrayed my trust.
You did. She did.
Jeopardized my life as well as your own.
She absolutely did. Girl, the story is not only yours. And right now, I feel for Abigail the way that I feel about Claudia at the beginning of episode 5. Girl, I like you. I love you. You're my daughter. However, you're putting this family in jeopardy.
So Marshall's son wasn't his son?
Was anyone ever convicted for Marshall's murder?
There was a man named Lawrence Wells who was questioned twice in 1973. Never charged, still lives in Grafton.
I'm unarmed.
Are you confessing to the murder of Joel Summers?
I mean, yeah.
And Fletcher Marshall and 15 others. I had every reason to kill the others. They just had no reason to die. They never saw me coming unless I wanted them to see me coming.
Ooh, I kind of like this antagonist. I don't know, there's something super sinister about him.
There's something beautiful about knowing that you'll spend the rest of your life in prison.
Do I look wealthy to you?
I mean, that's a lovely fireplace.
I'm securing my legacy.
Ugh, your narcissism is off the charts.
He was your son, Joel Summers.
What?
You didn't secure your legacy, Mr. Wells. You murdered it.
Get his ass!
In fact, your one act as a father was to destroy your son.
Hey, and you know what? But when they work as a team, when Crawford and Will work as a team, they are so good.
Killing somebody, it feels that bad. I'm worried about nightmares.
We'll help you with the nightmares.
He's been dreaming about Abigail quite often, but that was a little sprinkle of Hannibal in his unconscious. I mean, even more so than he actively is doing. Oh, no wonder that they keep saying that Nicholas Boyle was gutted by Abigail, cause girl, ooh, Will, ooh. Sorry. It's getting good. Why is this episode so good? My boy Will, did you finally put it together? I've been waiting on you to turn your superpower towards the people closest to you, because they've been up to some shady shit. I'm just saying. Will, this is the third time in 2 episodes that you have shown up without an appointment.
Abigail Hobbs killed Nick Boyle.
He's right.
Yes, I know.
Tell me why you know?
I helped her dispose of the body.
He did.
Not well enough.
I mean, it would have been well enough if Abigail hadn't messed up the plan, but that's neither here nor there.
Have you told Jack Crawford?
No.
Why not?
Because I was hoping it wasn't true.
Everything you know about that night is true, except the end. Nicholas Boyle attacked us.
Okay, there's lies in the truth. It's whatever.
Because Jack Crawford would hang her for what her father's done. And the world would burn Abigail in his place. That would be the story.
He has a point.
It isn't our place to decide.
If not ours, then whose? Who knows Abigail better than you and I? If you go to Jack, then you murder Abigail's future.
Hannibal has done a darn good job at steering this ship away from disaster. Because now Will is about to risk losing the 2 people he's closest to, Hannibal and Abigail.
We can tell no one. What we are doing here is the right thing. In time, this will be the only story any of us cares to tell.
This is a beautiful shot. Oh my gosh, Will, it is not fair for you. Nothing in this life has been fair for Will since episode 1.
I feel terrible, Miss Lowndes. Never entered my head you might be a vegetarian.
Oh my gosh, Will is in the second place.
Are you still angry I called you insane?
I will fight you.
We're all pathological
She's right.
in our own ways.
You choose the version of the truth that suits you best.
Okay, but so does Hannibal and so does Crawford. I'm just saying.
You must understand our concerns. We care about Abigail.
They do.
This book is about her innocence. I want Abigail to have a future.
Okay, that shot was significant, but what is going on?
This is possibly the finest salad I've ever eaten in my life. Shame to ruin it with all that meat.
Oh my gosh. She is so rude.
Will knows, doesn't he?
He does.
He knows you killed Nicholas Boyle, yes? You will keep our secret. You will keep it because otherwise the one good thing in his life is tainted.
That's what I said, Hannibal. We are right here. Will is not about to let go of the family that he has built.
No one will know the truth you are trying to avoid.
I'm sorry, what was that? Abigail, do you have something you want to share with the rest of the class?
I can't hear you.
I helped him.
Ma'am, what?
I knew what my father was. I knew what he did. I knew. I was the one who met the girls, laughed, and joked.
This is my fault. Because I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Girls that look just like me.
So you're a reluctant accomplice.
I wondered when you would tell me.
Hannibal has shared physical touch with both Will and Abigail in this episode. They are just one big happy murderous family. Y'all giving us a flashback?
Mind if I sit?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Man, there are other empty seats. If you don't go on somewhere, damn, it was all a setup. And Abigail played her role. I mean, she was under distress. All right, and that concludes season 1, episode 9. Another banger of an episode. I was not ready for the reveal at the end because, like Jack, I suspected that Abigail had more that she was hiding. What I thought she was hiding was Nicholas's death and like hiding the crime with Hannibal. But it was like, no, girl has secrets upon secrets. And you know what? I want to focus on Abigail for a little bit. Like how a lot of people are raised on bologna, Abigail has just been raised on human body parts. And honestly, at this rate, the most insane part might be the fact that Abigail is not a vegetarian. And speaking of vegetarians, we got Freddie Lounds at the table. I do find it funny and a little ironic that Freddie would be a vegetarian in Hannibal. You've done a lot of things, but also something that you have accomplished is getting Will, Abigail, Crawford, Alana, and Chilton, also Phyllis, all to eat at your dinner table. I mean, at this rate, the only people who haven't eaten at Hannibal's dinner table would be the gang. In this episode, I did enjoy the conflict between Alana and Crawford. Both of them have valid points, and I see both sides of the situation. When it comes to Crawford, he's an FBI agent first. This is an investigation, he has a job to do, and he wants to focus on that. Almost anyone else's feelings be damned. And Alana is all about feelings, respect, boundaries. These two characters have very different ways of attacking the same situation, and so of course it makes sense that they butt heads. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the future we see Alana and Crawford butt heads even more. When Jack looks at Abigail, he sees a case file number and a suspect. When Alana looks at Abigail, she sees a young girl who has lost her family, lost her way, and is doing the best she can while hiding and keeping some things secret and personal. When Will looks at Abigail, he sees a daughter. He also sees a person who has to deal with the consequences of him firing the shots that killed her biological dad. Hannibal also sees Abigail as a daughter, but more importantly, he sees her as a tie that binds him and Will together. I feel like Hannibal, being the psychopath that he is, has just enough empathy and sympathy and compassion for Will Graham and no one else. And also, he said that during this episode. He said, I don't care about the people that you save, I care about you. With each episode, Will's mental health and his physical health continue to decline. And it's become obvious and noticeable to at least Beverly, Alana, and Crawford, who have all reached out in their own ways to ask him if he's okay. And especially for those three characters, they can see that Will is going through problems and issues. It's just they don't have the solution. Oh, and quickly circling back around, Abigail girl, you're in danger. You really just went and dug up Nicholas's body, exposing not only your crime, but Hannibal's crime. And you really did not take into consideration the criminality and the legality associated with Hannibal and his status in this crime. Girl, what are you doing? Tobias got the axe last episode because he was a liability. I'm just saying, tread lightly, Abigail, because Hannibal is not one to be messed with. Wow, that was a mouthful. A lot happened in this episode, but I thank you for watching it with me and being here with me. And please, on your way out, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media. That way I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.